architectural difference. We're going to talk about that in a second on an architectural slide. So, full feature capability. The one that MarkLogic gets its most knowledge, or its most reputation from, is the trusted features. And in a funny way, it's easy to say, well, doesn't everybody have trusted features? And the short answer is, no, most companies don't have the trusted features. We're the only NoSQL database that has ACID transactions. And then people say, well, do you really do transactions? Well, it doesn't matter if you do transactions. It's the same capability that allows you to have data consistency that says if you have a hardware or a network failure during the course of your write, you still have a consistent state. So we always reliably know what's in the database. Remember, ACID, computer science definition of data reliability. We're the only ones that built that into our technology. So we're extremely well known for the trusted features. What we weren't as well known for was agile and powerful, and a lot of that was having to do with the historical reputation about being very XML and XQuery oriented, except in MarkLogic version 7, that's already out, and MarkLogic version 8, we started dealing with those issues and started making changes such that now we have flexible replication, so very easy replication architecture, but more importantly what we changed were the features over here on the powerful side, and we supported all the modern deployment architectures. So full JSON, full JavaScript support. We're a little different than everybody else's JavaScript support. Everybody else has JavaScript in the middle tier. Where did we put it? We put it in the server, so you can do operations close to your data. We put it in the middle tier, so that you can bring data down into your applications. We put Java down in the client side in the search engine. So Java at all three tiers, much more powerful way to do Java. So we have full Java capability. When we say native JSON, native server-side JavaScript, what we mean by that is you don't have to know any XQuery or XML. Our relational competitors love to tell us that, oh, well, they're just an XML database and they deal with documents. XML is nothing more than an internal format buried down in the guts of the product. It's how we represent it on disk. But at the end of the day, it's all your data, and you use standard Java programming skills to program MarkLogic today. So nothing unique, nothing tricky about it. Every developer can develop in the MarkLogic world. I mentioned semantics already. Bitemporal is the capability to go back in time, say what did the database know about my data somewhere in the earlier period of time. So imagine if you're a financial services company and you get a regulatory inquiry about insider trading, you'd be able to go back and look at your database during that window of time and say, what did we actually know at that period of time? Not what's in my database today. Go back into a snapshot of time in the past and figure out what's in my database in the past. So a much more capable version of looking back in time. I sometimes like to refer to it as the what did you know and when did you know it feature. If you've ever watched congressional testimony of an executive or government official being grilled, it was always about the, well, when did you know it? When did that fact come to light to you? Well, now we can go back in a database and we can look at it and see when it changed. And this is something, again, you can't do in a relational model because of the schema. You don't know when a column got added to the database. So the data might be accurate in the past, but the schema may have changed as well. So very, very capable. And I'll always point you to Sample Stack, a nice, easy way to get started with MarkLogic. Sample Stack is something where we just built a sample application. It ingests data, it makes it searchable, very quick time to results. We've had many customers that take Sample Stack. They start out with that and say, well, let me just plug my data in through Sample Stack. And they look and they go, that's 90% of my application. Remember, we define ourselves by time to results. It's a unique quality of MarkLogic, so we build applications much quicker. I think the longest project I've been involved in since I've been here, other than one that had a lot to do with the way the customer went about it, but the largest single project for bringing a single set of data together and then launching the initial application was about a year. The vast majority of our projects are defined in months, not years. So 3 to 5 months is a pretty typical time customer buys MarkLogic and they're in production. Not in test, but actually in production. And a lot of it is things like Sample Stack speed your time to results.